we are there to deter aggression. President Trump does not want war, and we will continue to communicate that message while doing the things that are necessary to protect American interests in the region.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo promising the latest announcement of a plan to send 1,000 more troops to the Middle East amid escalating tensions with Iran was defensive, not offensive. Iran has said it's just days away from enriching uranium to weapons-grade levels that would have been banned under the 2015 deal President Trump withdrew from. And the U.S. is also accusing Iran of attacking 2 oil tankers near the Persian Gulf. Iran denies responsibility, insisting it does not want war. Joining me now, former State Department advisor Christian Whiton. All right, Christian, we're taking more and more of these actions. It seems pretty obvious that there are deterrents, if you will, but so far the provocations have only increased since we've taken these sort of actions.
Yeah, Iran really hasn't paid a price for its recent set of provocations, which go back to mid-April when they vowed to shut down or at least tamper with shipping in the Strait of Hormuz or the broader Persian Gulf. Now they have fulfilled that promise in the attack on these 2 tankers. Previously, they tried to sabotage a number of Saudi tankers. They've also, through proxies, attacked or tried to attack our embassy in Baghdad. They injured U.S. servicemen in Kabul. You know, there comes a point where we're actually going to have to react to this more than just words and deterrence and talk about protecting shipping and actually take away some of their capabilities, whether those are their maritime capabilities or their nuclear capabilities.
So then where do you see this going? You've been involved with 2 administrations, and you understand this as well as anyone else. I keep hearing that Iran is desperate. These are acts of a desperate nation, a desperate government.
Yeah, they certainly have incurred a lot of economic pain because of the sanctions that we have put on them. Desperate? I don't think so. I think they are used to getting away with things. This was carefully designed to be as provocative as possible against us without automatically triggering a response. The 2 tankers, they are owned by treaty allies of the U.S., Norway and Japan, but they weren't American per se. So I think Iran is sort of being clever here and thinks it's going to get away with this again. I just think that if you look at what Secretary Pompeo laid out and go back through Iran's 40-year history of this Islamic regime where it's gotten away repeatedly with killing hundreds and hundreds and perhaps thousands of Americans in Iraq and Beirut and elsewhere, there's going to have to be some sort of kinetic action in order to put them back into a box.
Could that kinetic action come in 10 days when their uranium levels exceed the agreed upon cap that was already in place?
It could. It's still unclear where the Trump administration wants to go with this. And up on Capitol Hill, it seems like there are more voices that want restraint. Of course, Iran gets a vote in that, too. It's important to note, I think, as you imply, that this can be a limited campaign to take away Iran's maritime capabilities, to harass shipping, and their nuclear capabilities, which are spread around a few complexes. But, the main ones to enrich uranium are at Natanz. Right. They have uranium centrifuges. They're advanced ones. So striking against those, this doesn't need to be anything like Iraq, Afghanistan, or Libya.
Before I let you go, Christian, news breaking just about an hour ago of Shanahan, the Department of Defense Secretary, backing out of the confirmation process. He was the Deputy Secretary since 2017 to 2019. Obviously, he was qualified for the job. How does this change things?
Well, I think the president will continue to lean foremost on John Bolton, the National Security Advisor, and Secretary Pompeo. Mark Esper, the Army Secretary, is now the acting Secretary of Defense. I think net is just another symbol that the confirmation and personnel process in government is broken. It represents a congressional usurpation of executive authority. I mean, the fact is this guy had already cleared the Senate, had cleared all the vetting, had done a magnificent job at Boeing, would have been very useful in reforming procurement at the Pentagon, which is a big deal, and he can't even get a hearing. It's really sort of, I think, a sad statement on what it takes for people who want to serve their country.
Yeah, I mean, but the allegations of domestic violence are something to be taken very seriously, and so he backed out. Christian, always appreciate your expertise. Thanks, man.